Right, guys, Get Milky here, and I'm back to give you the next part to my Lord of the Rings Gondor campaign. So this will be about, what, part 15? So no, I'm actually not recording this as a live commentary. My mic had a lot of issues, and it failed. So, anyway, what happened last time is we just, took down another Harad army, and now we are going to attack the small, pathetic army that is, blocking us from getting to Minas Morgul. So, my men are there, ready to do that. And I think I'm putting a unit into my big army there. So that's that. That's that done. But yeah, I was explaining at this part in the video that it's cold today in Scotland. It's really cold, and it is so cold I'm wearing a jacket inside. But yeah. So this is the army stats here. They have a lot more men than us actually. They've got like 2,200 and something men, while we only have 1,500. Or is it 2,700? I can't see that properly. But anyway, I'll be back to see you on the battle map. Okay, so I'm back. Again, I'm going to cut out all the boring scenes like the end of turns and the sort of loading screens for battles. It just saves a lot of time. But anyway, of course, I'm just going to start positioning my men, really, in the same formation of archers, infantry, cavalry, same shit. What really annoyed me about this battle is the giant hill I'm facing in front of me. Like, of course, the AI is obviously going to hill camp, so why would you give them a fucking hill to hill camp on? They should be like coming up against me, which would be a lot funner because it means I can just defend. But yeah, I was explaining at this point in the video as well that my catapult men have weird ear helmet things. But yeah, here's the army that's facing against us. I was a little bit worried about this battle actually, because with that amount of men, I was just thinking, oh fuck, they're gonna just take a beat. My men are just gonna take another beating, and when we come to fight Minas Morgul, we're not gonna have enough men. So that was a big issue. But yeah, and I only have the one cavalry unit, seeing as my other ones I've taken out, which will be near Minas Tirith. Ooh, but the first catapult hit goes in. I really like that. I really like how the catapults work because they inspire fear in the enemy, which is awesome. Or they insert fear, sorry. But yeah, if you look at the little slider, the ratio for us winning and them winning, we're about equal actually, so the computer thought we didn't have much of a chance. And as I said before, of course they're going to hill camp. So, yeah, they're doing that. Hill camping away. But, and of course, on the day my microphone fucks up, I decided to play the game for a little bit longer. The video is about 28 minutes long, so I'm gonna have to stand or sit here even and speak for like the 28 minutes, but oh well, I guess it's something I've got to do. Gondor. So of course they're just gonna climb up the hill, and I'm gonna have to go after them. But yeah, I can't wait until the part of the campaign where your armies start to pick up. I think it's the recruitment process becomes a little bit easier, because at the moment it's really slow. I think we're in the first stage still, or maybe the second stage. But there'll become a point where I'll be able to recruit troops a lot easier, and eventually I'll be able to get some fountain guards in there, which would be awesome, because I would love to have just an army of fountain guards, some archers, probably some Ithilien rangers actually, and some cavalry. Even though Gondor cavalry is fucking weak, it's nothing compared to the likes of Rohan. But yeah, so I'm trying to get my archers to tempt them forward, because at this point I don't want to go up the hill, because then they'll just get a massive charge. However, if they're going to run that amount of time, they're going to become tired. So that's what I kind of had in my head. We'll see how well it plays out. I think what makes my army, this army here, actually quite good is the amount of like defense and spear units I have. They're really good against the Mordor troops because it just keeps them from attacking us, which is awesome. I'd much prefer that than, say, having a Gondor infantry unit, which will take a beating. But yeah, I'm trying to attack these scouts. At this point I thought they were actually hitting us with their bows, but apparently they're just testing it out. I don't really understand that, but yeah.
Be alert, Rangers!
Be alert, Rangers. Mordor. I really like the look of Mordor. It's really bare, but I like the sky. It's nice and red. The color of blood. However, there is like no scenery at all to it. It's just a bunch of mountains and black rock. yeah. They start to reform. I really hate how the AI does this. This is what happens when you play on hard. I didn't want to play on very hard, or I could have played on hard, very hard. The reason why I didn't do that is because in all Total War games, when you play on the very hard setting, what it does is it just gives the enemy, like every turn, it will give them additional troops, additional experience, additional money. And it's like, I don't really want that. At hard difficulty they do that, but they don't do it as much. So I kind of wanted to make it a little bit fairer for me, because it is just me against pretty much everybody else, even though I do have alliances with, say, Rohan. I would rather not have to fight everybody with that kind of disadvantage to myself and advantage to them. The enemy's getting pissed off now, and they're going to start to charge towards me, which of course was my plan. And it means that the catapults will eventually fire in, which is awesome. I love the arrow fire of Gondor. They're such a well-balanced army, or faction even. The only thing that really lets them down is just the cavalry, and even that, and then the cavalry's not bad. They're like spear units and archers make up for that. The downfall to Gondor, I think, was the slow recruitment process, which of course is true. Getting units for Gondor is hard as hell. But I get you some nice close-ups of the arrow fire here. But at this point, I think it's time to move my troops back. And at this point, I was like, shit, why are my catapults not firing? So, again, I get them to fire. Put them on fire at will. Get my cavalry a little bit closer. So, they're running down, and my men are slowly running away. We lost quite a few of our archers. I was actually really kind of disappointed by that. The archers are something I really need to keep. Maybe I think after, when I bring my men back, maybe I'll take them back to Asciliath and see if I can retrain them a little bit. That would be good. Here my men go. Oh, I love that catapult fire. It just ripped right through the orcs there. That must be so devastating for them. But yeah, so now of course the orc army is coming in full swing. Decided to just send my men against them. May as well. And I'm like, whoa, those catapults are getting really close, but they're doing a lot of damage. Like, oh, you can sort of hear that in the background, just the amount of death and carnage. Boromir here is doing awesome. I sent him out against all the units, and he just destroys them. Like, Boromir is an awesome leader, and I love his armor. It's like when you have a dwarf general. Their melee statistics are so awesome. And of course, what I really wanted to do is make most of my casualties come in with militia, because they're easy enough to sort of retrain and get again. Oh! That was awesome. At this point, actually, it looks as if that the enemy are starting to whittle down my army. But in fact, my men and catapults are actually weakening their morale, and I think the big blob of units in the middle there are actually routing. Or no, they're just running away, but they will rout shortly. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. My men are doing really well. Ooh, I think one of the catapults hit my own men there though. But yeah. So their archers are doing something quite clever. They're actually aiming my catapults, and they've got their flaming arrows on because they want to set them alight. I think they managed to do that at some point, but here we go. Hammer and Anvil broke one of their units. Awesome. So really now their units, there we go. So you can see the cavalry being set on fire. At this point, they're just doomed. You can see the little bars completely red almost. So we're doing our best. We're winning by far, quite a bit. But yeah, I'm going to send my cavalry against more of them now. I really wish I had some more cavalry units for this, but again, I needed to retrain them. I think I'll take that unit out, the 17 out, and retrain them again. I really don't want to lose these really experienced units that have a lot of chevrons or experience bars, because they'll become really useful later on. Because what the experience bars do, if you don't know, they increase the statistics, like the defense and attack slightly, of your men. So the more experience you've got, the better chance you've got of winning. When you get to the sort of gold stage, your men are quite veteran, so they kind of last a long time in battle. Their stamina's a little bit better, and their morale is awesome. That's why playing on very hard is annoying, because it just gives the enemy that kind of advantage. Now, yeah, the sound went off here again. I really hate how it does that, but oh well. So here we are. We're pretty much just destroying them.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
See, they've only now just lost half their men, but the battle does continue for quite a while, because at the end I have a lot of routing, fleeing troops, and I just want to mop them up as much as I can and take them down as fast as I can. But yeah. Oh, this whole talking thing when I'm not actually playing is really hard, because you gotta kind of talk as you go. I suppose. I've done this for a long enough time now that I should be able to just talk constantly. Yeah, I've gotten to that stage now where it's actually not weird to just sit here and talk to myself in some ways. Because as a commentator, you've kind of got you've got to learn to continuously talk when you're doing something. And now sometimes I know I do stop when I'm trying to concentrate on something specific. But so yeah, you can see the amount of orcs fleeing. It's hilarious. And my horsemen, these 17 men, are just coming along and just killing all of them. Yeah, I think I turned off my archers now. I think they're done. They've done all they need to do, because they're actually going to end up killing more of my men now than the enemy with each sort of volley, because my men are in the middle of it. But yeah. Just look at the amount of them. There's like, I think there's about 500 of them left. Yeah, about 500 of them still running away. It's like scared little girls. And I think what I decided to do here is I actually managed to push them into my men, which was awesome, because they're actually running towards my actual sword units. Another reason why I like to actually finish off the enemy like this is because it's the best way to get experience points. That's how my cavalry is so high up, because of the amount of men they killed. And you can look at the bottom right, you can see the amount of prisoners I'm taking, and that's just rocketing up to like say about 1,000, yeah, just hit 1,000. And the amount of prisoners I'm taking is ridiculous. Completely destroyed this army. I was actually really happy about the outcome of this battle. Playing as Gondor has definitely got its benefits when it comes to fighting large Mordor armies when you yourself have one, because your units just survive. Like I've had this army since the start, and it's gone through a lot of tough times, like Mumakil, trolls, just tons of these orc armies. Like, it's hilarious to see how much they fought and won. That's why most of them, like most of my archer units and some of my spear units, they're sitting on silver chevrons, and some are almost on gold. Yeah, I think my Ithilien Rangers will almost be on gold star soon, which is awesome. But I think I end the battle here, so I'll see you back on the campaign map in a second. I'm going to show you the results. If you look at the prisoners caught for my Gondor scouts, they have 800 like men they've captured, which is awesome. They did an amazing part in this like battle. They really did help me mop up the enemies, and it was great. So yeah, I will see you guys back on the campaign map. Okay, so I'm back, and of course we're gonna execute the guy. Yep, there we go. And so now you're free to attack Minas Morgul. Woo! We're finally there. We're gonna siege them. And if you look in the background, there's actually another orc army coming towards us. Now we can actually assault them. I don't want to do that though, because Minas Morgul is a custom settlement, and they did not make it that well. I've actually played on it a couple of times. And if I ever do fight the battle, you'll see why. It's like a giant choke point heading into Minas Morgul. It looks like it is from the film, but the enemy can just sort of camp there in that kind of choke point and holds you off really well, no matter how many troops you have. So I really didn't want to fight them, as in take the fight to them. I would rather I besiege them and they come and attack me, because the more I sort of siege them out, the more I'll kill of them, and the more I can set my catapults out. Now, the choke point works both ways actually, so if they attack me and they come outside their walls to attack me, I have a choke point there. But yeah, so of course we're going along, And the turn's ending. I didn't realize this. I'll see you guys in a second. Right, I'm back. So bride presented to Lord Boromir the Merciless. I think I accept that. And a new mission. So we have to take another one of the Harad settlements. I'm actually really looking forward to taking that down because it means more settlements for Gondor. Rohan calls for aid. Yeah, they've lit the beacons of, well, wherever their beacons are. And they're actually asking us to come and help them. And you can read yourself there. It's saying either help them and have good relationships with them, but lose 5,000 gold coins in your treasury, or decline, don't help them, but keep your 5,000 coins. And I'm going to be quite selfish here and say that I did keep the coins, mainly because my relationship with Rohan is fine. If they are going to be attacked by, say, Isengard, and they're going to take heavy losses and a lot of lands being taken, I will help them. I will rush an army over, mainly because I do not want Rohan to die, but I don't think I need to help them at this time, so I leave them for the moment. But as you can see here, they're only allied with me, so they're not really going to stop being allies with me anyway. I'm allied with the Sylvian Elves and the Dwarves, I believe. I think I'm trying to go up to the Free People of Eriador at the moment, because if I can capture, well, if I can get the sort of trust of them, it'll be a lot better. But yeah, I'm just kind of viewing what's happening at the start of the turn, and I'm going to have a second battle here for in a second, because there is another army just sitting there annoying the fuck out of me. It'll be this stupid little army here. And as you can see, my army that is going to attack the Harad lands is quite powerful. It doesn't have many good archery units, but the actual sword units are all ball ammo, which is awesome. I wish I had some more Pelagray Marines. I think I have some in one of my cities that I'll take out. So eventually I'll have another army to come help this army, and seeing as I have two generals, I can really split them up.
Don't let them any further.
Which is good, but I need to recruit another army to take down the Harad lands. So the more I go and attack Harad, the more units I can make to help me take Harad, and at the same time, as soon as I take Minas Morgul, I can assume my position of going and taking down Mordor. I'm not going to march in, take Minas Morgul in the next settlement, because they're just going to attack me time and time again, and eventually my units will just wither and die. I really think I have a better chance of keeping my men and attacking them through the Black Gate. But yeah, again, at the start of this battle, I really liked the setup, and I just decided to keep it. And I think I just talked through a whole loading screen, but that doesn't matter. That does not matter, because it wasn't that long anyway. The loading screens aren't that big a deal. It's the turn ending, because they last at least a minute, and it really pisses me off, because that's the amount of scripts. Or no, not a minute. We'll say 30 seconds. But yeah. And of course, again, the enemy's going to run away. The AI in this game is so fucking stupid. You would think they would have the stones to come out and attack you, but no. They do not have the stones to come out and attack you. They just sit there like fucking assholes. So what do I do to counter this? I send my cavalry after them. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with my cavalry in this game. If any of you have watched my Shogun 2 videos, I really do like my cavalry on the multiplayer side. They're so diverse, and the speed is awesome. I'm kind of like an impatient player in some sense, and having cavalry that are really fast does make a huge improvement. That's why I think eventually, when I start getting further down in the episodes, I'm going to take a bunch of scouts with me, mainly because they're super fast, and if any generals try to escape, I can just use my scouts to attack them. So yeah, I haven't sent my cavalry in yet, but I'm thinking about it, because they've got some Corsairs just sort of sitting there, and I have quite a cool way of taking down their first unit, but I've got to be a little bit careful because they've got some spearmen there. So I kind of come in for an assault on one angle, and then I hit them from another angle, and then a third angle. So you can see here's the first charge into them. Takes down a couple of their men, but I take my men out because I know that I'm going to lose some guys. And as you can see in the background, you can see one of my general units coming out behind them. So I'm taking my guys in from that angle. These guys are out, didn't take a single loss. And then they're going to get hit. Boom. And because of this, they're now completely sausaged in, and they're going to just die. I think they rout about now. Yeah, they're routed. So now I take my men out because they've finally realized what I'm doing, and they're like, shit.
In our favor. Victory will be ours.
The good thing about having so much cavalry is the amount of hammer and anvil strikes you can use, and the amount of like men you can rout with just one swoop. And of course my general is going to be the slowest general ever and just decide not to do anything until the last moment. But of course he didn't die, so that's good. Oh, you can see the arrow firing as well. I think in this army the archers really do suck because they're volunteers. And I get a bit caught off guard by their bodyguard unit. Now, I think before the actual fight I did say I was quite worried about the bodyguard unit. The bodyguard unit is like the only unit that can actually physically harm me quite a bit through my men. Like, it will do the most damage and they can take a hell of a lot of damage. And I paused the game here to like just sort of calculate what's going on, I suppose. I was like, what? It seems like there's more enemies than there is, but there's not really. There's only, what, 3 units? And then, of course, they're cavalry. So 3 infantry units and a cavalry.
The battle is very much.
But yeah, so
victory will be
we're gonna come in, just attack them. And I know I've been talking for ages. The video is ending soon. Another 5 or so minutes. But yeah, so we're gonna come in and attack. I think after this battle, I will just let you guys watch the rest of this at least, because I think I've carried on for quite a while. You've got the gist of what's happened in this episode. It's quite a good update because a lot's happened, in the sense that we've finally reached Minas Morgul. We're attacking more of Harad lands. In the next part, we shall have taken another city and then moved on to our 3rd one. So I think every 2 or 3 turns now, we should be hopefully taking a settlement, which is awesome because that means we're closer to actually winning it. Now, I think I've captured about 16 or 17 regions, and I only have to capture 30, but I do have to take Mordor out, so the majority of the rest of this campaign will be taking out Harad and Mordor. That's it. That's all I need to do.
We will smash the enemy.
Capturing, say, Isengard and sort of up north, there is no need for that at the time being. If I need to, I will go up and attack them. The one thing I didn't want from this Let's Play was it to be a very, very long Let's Play. I wanted to keep it under 100 parts. We're kind of on our way to keeping it quite short because we're only on part 15. And I've done quite a fair amount in that time. That's why I'm starting to pick up the kind of amount of minutes I'm playing on it. Like normally it's about 20 minutes, but now it's about 28 to 30 minutes. So as you can see here, our hammer and anvils have wrapped down. And what I really wanted to do was make sure that I'm attacking their general with everything I've got. I really need to just kill their general because, or capture him even, because I can't have these generals coming back and attacking me. But what's good is the more generals I attack, the less they have, the more time it takes for them to have to recover a general, which is awesome. So that's pretty cool. We're pretty much coming to the end of, well, my talk to this video, because we've won here. I'm kind of continuing it. Their general's not been captured yet, but he will be in a second, I think. I was kind of getting annoyed because I was like, fuck, these 2 guys are running away. But yeah, we killed the general. There he is. And so I just quit. And I was quite disappointed in the amount of men I lost. I lost quite a bit. 146. That's about 10% of my men. It's really annoying, actually. I didn't really want to lose that many men. I can actually see now a little bit clearly that my men are... Some of my units are quite low. That's not too much of a good sign, actually. But then again, I am bringing more men out to sort of help them. I would kind of attack them, bring them by sea. Actually, that's a good point. I think I'm going to make a sea army and capture that little settlement a little bit later on. But I'm going to use the sea to reinforce my own men, so I can bring people from Dol Amroth, which is a good idea. So now that that battle's over, I'm pretty much trying to just capture the settlement, even though I can't make it until the next turn. I probably have another turn end here, and then I'm pretty sure all I deal with is my sort of settlements and my income, stuff like that. But anyway, I will leave you guys in peace now. I'm pretty sure you're sick of me ranting on. Anyway, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I can't suggest that heavily enough. The more you like and comment, the more people find my videos and the more people join in with Let's Play, which is awesome. I've hit a lot of subscribers recently. I'm sitting on like 420 something at the moment, and I'm coming close to 500. And when I do get to 500 subscribers, 500 subscribers, I should say, I will be playing something new again, and it's going to be something quite exciting, and I hope a lot of you guys will watch it. But anyway, that'll be me signing off for now, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video.
Yes.
Your orders.
There is something you wish to speak of? I see little my people need in your offer.
Need someone removed, sir? On my way. I shall continue tomorrow, sir.
Your will.